I'm so bummed. Okay, so we can get into manage mode, and as leaders, we tend to do that a lot. It's way easier, you guys, to be working with our distributors. It's way easier to go to their party and help launch their business, but what's really happening to your business? Are you bringing in new? Are you signing new customers? Are you personally filling out the steps to success? If you're saying no in your head, then you have to think about going back to the basics. The number one thing of your basics, and I know the number one thing is your goal. What's your one thing? What is it that you're working towards? We can't have a goal of financial freedom and you're a ruby or you're a diamond. You know, financial freedom is different for everybody. But that's not a realistic goal right away. That's not your one thing. That's not the next thing. So in order to grow, in order to push yourselves, we got to know that one thing. So I'm going to I would love for you guys to just step up and say what your one thing is. And if you don't step up, I'm going to call out on you. So please share. Who's going first?
Hey, Shelly, this is Tina. I'll go first.
Awesome.
So mine is to get my husband to a solid ruby, not just ruby one time. So, okay. But a solid ruby.
Awesome. And I'm gonna set a goal for each one of you, and it could be your one thing, but I want my team on that cruise with me. I want you, each and every one of you, on that cruise. It was an experience, a lifetime experience. It was amazing. Sitting in the hot tub, learning from a presidential that she's built her whole business without even knowing what a party pad was. You know, learning things. I mean, just being able to sit with black diamonds in the sun and talk to them. And so I really want that to be a goal of your guys's, because I want you there with me. So Tina, do you want to elaborate a little bit of some steps that you're taking to get to that?
Yes, I'm just working on the distributors, and actually I have all the distributors in place. I just need the volume now, so I'm working on with them to get loyal customers.
Okay. All right.
And holding parties for them. So
awesome. 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 Who's next?
I guess I can go.
Okay.
My one thing right now currently is getting my 10 customers. Like I'm trying to get them done today. I think if I finally can get a suite on that cruise, it can really catapult my business. And then the next step is to refill my distributors to get my front line going.
I love it. I'm taking notes, so I apologize that I'm looking away. 10 customers.
That's right.
Distributors to fill front line.
Right.
So something I heard the other night, you guys, is that, oh, I just totally lost it. About building new, you know, going back to us just building our own business again. And I do want to verify on the 10 customers, I know I posted in the leader page, you have to earn your position to the cruise. So I think that's a huge goal, Kathy. That is 10 customers. Do you know what that's going to do to your paycheck? You know, think if you got 3 to 5 people, every one of you went 3 to 5 or 5 to 10, got that many distributors from your team personally enrolled, and they got 10 customers. What if you were coaching your team into getting 10 customers? Where's your volume going to go? Where's your paycheck going to go? So, Kathy, what are you doing to get those 10? How many do you have already?
I've done a couple of Facebook business ads. I've been going through all of my messaging from previous likes and comments that I couldn't get people to, sign up, but I'm following back up with them. I'm following up with current customers to see if they know anybody else, since they're liking their success, if they can recommend me, referral. And I'm also going to do a drawing with a product if people give me a referral, or if they sign today, that they will be putting a drawing for a basket of It Works products.
Oh, I love that. Ooh, I love that. That's something we could all be posting on our Facebook, asking for referrals. You guys all have had the Kirby guy come into your house and do the cleaning, That man or that woman does not leave without you writing down 10 numbers. He will sit there all day until, and I actually know a Kirby salesperson a while back, and they are taught and trained that they do not leave the house without 10 referrals. So they just sit there and they keep talking and giving you ideas for referrals, of who else can you think of. So I think that's huge. That's big. And you guys, what is it? We got 15 days left, I think it's 15. That's a lot of days. We can develop rubies in 15 days. So awesome goal, Kath. Good job. Who's next?
I'll go.
Awesome. Hi, Kaylee.
All right. So on top of going with a cruise, I think for me it would be solidifying and getting extra volume in my double diamond. Just because I have some weak legs, some weak, I don't know what you want to call them, whatever. Whatever they are, those little weak things, yeah, those boxes. And I've had some pretty big orders last month, and then they cut their order in half. So, to me, that's like my number one thing, and it affects me a little bit, but it's something that I really have to fight through. And I was thinking, okay, everybody's going after loyal customers, and of course I want to keep them for myself for the cruise points, but I have to be very strong and strategic here, because next month, I don't want to be in the same spot I am again this month and how I feel. You know what I mean? So my goal is, we have 15 days left. And I know last year, when we did the cruise points and everything like that, it really just took this drive and this focus. And I remember you saying, Shelly, what if we treated today like this last week of the cruise points? We gained so many cruise points that very last week. What if we work like this all month long, all week long? How much further would our business be? How many more cruise points would we have gone? Could I have taken late on that cruise? So it really makes me think, so that's my one thing that I'm going to work on is really making sure my volume's there. And I want to go above and beyond, just so I'm not stuck in this little rut that I feel like I'm in.
Yeah. And Kaylee, what was it last year? Was it 2 months that you had been in, you and Michelle, and you won the cruise, or earned the cruise, not won it, earned it?
Yeah, because they started the cruise in June, July, and August. So you had to get points for those 3 months. So that was my first 3 months that I earned the cruise.
Oh, okay.
So and Michelle earned it in the 2 months because she joined in July. So she earned it in 2 months and I earned it in 3 months.
You guys, it's so crazy, the potential of being able to be on this cruise. And what I see so many people, I was just shocked. It's unacceptable for you guys not to be on that cruise. I was shocked of how many of my people weren't on it. And it's one of those things that, think of doing this, if it's not, number one, a lot of us could afford our own cruise. And we could go on any cruise we wanted. But when do you have the chance to be on a cruise ship with all It Works people? When they say that you hang with the people that you want to be, well, I'm telling you what, you're going to be in the right place at the right time on that cruise ship. It was amazing. And everybody.
Well, I can tell you that after the cruise, that's when Michelle went diamond, and then I went diamond, and then double diamond. I mean, obviously conference had something to do with it too, but it was taking those tips from the people that were in the hot tub, because you met so many awesome people. Like, I didn't even know, like, I was sitting next to Brittany Landrum at the casino, and, you know, it's just so funny that, and they just give you tips, and I was recording their tips and sharing it with my team, and it was amazing. It was like being at a conference and meeting and sitting next to, hold on just a minute, sitting next to people that are really just going to open themselves up to you, because it's a cruise ship. We're all stuck on this cruise ship. So they're all meeting you, and they're all willing to give you advice and information, and you just never know who you might be sitting with. It could be the one person that gives you a tip that changes your business.
Absolutely. And I know that was a huge, huge thing of changing your guys' business. I know it was. So, and that's something that if you're not doing it for yourself because you can afford any cruise ship or do whatever you want, do it for your team, because your team needs to see you be there. They need to see you be there. So awesome. So extra volume, Kaylee. So you're working on your customers. I think the referral program is an awesome idea. You know, just start asking for referrals. We could go through all of our customers that we've had and that we have, and just ask them, tell them their name is going to be put in a beautiful basket, if they can hand over some referrals. Maybe you take a picture of that basket, make it up today, and, you know, and share that. People always want to earn free product. So I think
I got a lot of work in front of me. So, you know, anything will help me at this point. So yeah, I learned some tips from Michelle, riding with her in the car, that I used, and they actually work. So I ended up getting some loyal customers from that. So I'm going to continue to do that. And like the referral, that basket that Kathy mentioned is going to be great. So, you know, I'm just going to go back to the basics. I think sometimes, like you said, we get into manager mode, and we're always helping someone else out. And I'm very good at helping people out. Trust me, I am extremely good at helping people out. But then when it comes to me, like, I take that back seat, and I'm like, okay, oh shoot, it's the end of the month. What am I going to do? And so I just think that, like you had said, is that we got to take care of our business. And so we got to get back to basics. And Michelle and I said, we got to get back to having fun again. And I think that sometimes that we, like Michelle's like, I want it to be like it used to be, you know, where everybody would get together and all this. And so we talked about some points that we should be changing and doing. And instead of like giving our team a to-do list every single time, it gets a little redundant, and they will walk away from the business and not attend our Zoom meetings and not attend this, because they always feel like they have a to-do list. And so I think they're just looking for change and inspiration. And we talked about it. We got to have fun again, and we got to make it fun. And we can't be like, who did you call this week? And what happened? Tell me about that. And then, you know, micromanage them. We got to get away from that. And so I think that's just what I loved about the business so much. And so that's what I want to get back to.
Awesome. And I know Michelle, I don't think she's with us. She's probably working. But Michelle, while she was in the car traveling, from Sunday night, they listened to the call, and she's like, oh, I am so on my loyal customers. So she just started calling everybody. And how many, did she have 7 loyal customers with less than 24 hours?
7, yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, it can be done, you guys. It can be done. We just got to reach out. We got to send messages. I heard the other night, I got to find my little notes, but it literally, they said that I'm going to continue to send you messages because I love you and I want you in this business with me until we grow old together. I'm just going to continue to send you these messages, something about getting gray together or something like that. And so people want to be wanted, and we need to let more people know that. Okay, who's next that wants to share?
Stacy?
Yep, I'm calling out on Stacy. You're unmuted.
I was actually going to go next anyway.
Awesome.
I just had to get to my unmute button. So my one thing besides the cruise, because I'm definitely going to be on the cruise because I wasn't last time. Can you hear me okay?
Yep.
Okay, sorry. I'm sitting in that funny area of my house. So I'm definitely going to be on the cruise because I wasn't last time. And that was, I think it happened for a reason because I'm able to tell my team now, give them that sense of urgency. Like, don't play around and don't tell yourself that you don't want to be on the cruise because you do. You just don't know it until you're not on it.
That's so for sure.
But my one thing, Shelly, you already know, we talked yesterday. My one thing is going presidential. We've been at Triple for 2 years, and it's not a bad spot to be, but I'm ready to get to the next level and focus, and I'm super close. We're only 7 distributors in volume away, so it's just a matter of getting volume in those places. Like Kaylee said, those legs that aren't working. So what we're doing to get there is I'm going back to parties. That's my passion and it's my strong suit. So when I said I had a distributor signing tomorrow, I actually forgot I have a party tomorrow. One of my own, not a launch party. So
Yay!
Yeah, I'm excited.
That's
and
awesome.
She messaged me yesterday and said, well, I'm not sure how many people I have coming or if it's going to be worth your while. And I said, if it's you and one person, it's worth my while. So
good.
Because we all know a one-on-one can be just as good as a party. So I just let her know that I want to do it no matter who's there because I know she's interested in product. So.
And it doesn't hurt, Stacy.
So that's my plan. Is get the wrap on as many people as I can.
Yeah, that's awesome. We really do have to go back to blitzing, wrapping, and
what was that? Sorry.
Nope. We really do have to go back to blitzing, wrapping, and repeating. We just have to.
Yeah. Well, and Pam even posted about it today, and she said, it was a tip from the call last night, and she said, what took you to whatever level you're at is not going to take you to the next level because we tend to fall into management mode. Yep. And she said, your team isn't going to work any harder than you are. So when they see you gathering customers and distributors, they're going to want to do the same.
It's so true.
So
it's so true. And we really do have to step out of our box because like we talked, Stacy, we get comfortable. And yep, it's not a bad place to be, but man, it sucks when you're not growing yourself. Sorry, my voice is still raspy. When we're not growing and we're not stretching ourselves, it's not a good feeling. I don't care what that paycheck is, it's not a good feeling. So, and it feels so good. I'll just use an experience I had yesterday, and this is something I'm going to go into talking about, but Lauren really gave me some structure about my calendar. And man, from the tips that she gave me, I felt so good yesterday of the amount of stuff that I literally accomplished. And then today, I'm already on task. I know all the things that I'm doing because I put it in my calendar. And that felt so good. I don't feel like I'm sitting at the computer doing nothing, or I'm literally going down through my list. Boom, boom, boom. And what's really crazy, it's got my mind just going because now I'm just constantly adding to my list. So it was so fun. I think I checked off things on my list yesterday. I think about 7, 8 things that I've had on my list for a month. And that's horrible for a leader because that means I'm not stretching myself to doing what I need to be doing to move forward. So,
right.
And Stacy, you and I had actually the same, the one thing is doing more parties. That was my one thing. I just want to get out and do more parties because that's where I shine. That's what I'm good at. So, yep, that's awesome.
Yeah, well, we're going to be doing a lot of camping this summer, and our first trip is this weekend, and I want to get a sign made up that says wrap party today and just have wrap parties.
Yeah.
So
have an ongoing flyer that has the site that you're staying in. So whatever your site name is, and then you change it every time you go camping.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. So that's how we're going to be working and playing through the summer.
Awesome. I love it. Very cool. All right. Am I missing anybody? No, I think I got everybody. Okay. So I want you guys to go figure out your leaders, your distributors, what their one thing is. so you can help them get a game plan. We have to schedule in, and I'm going to go jump into my calendar thing. Lauren gave me some great tips because she said, Shelly, what do you think you work per week? First, she asked me what my goal was. And I told her my goal was my new cottage. And that has been my goal for a long time. I'm very, very grateful for the cottage I have. But I know that I can build so many more memories over on the lake with my family, with my team. And that makes me so emotional that it makes me cry. And I am this close to seeing and owning a cottage. And you guys, I've never thought that this could possibly happen. Like, you know my story about my first cottage. And that was I never could have a second home because I didn't stretch my brain to actually think about that. To actually, to really see that I could have this until we went and we shopped for cottages that we didn't even think we could afford. And what it did is when we sat down and the realtor said to us, and this was before, this is our first cottage. She said to us, I'm going to take you into a cottage that's a little over your budget, but I want you to see this cottage because it sounds like it's exactly what you want. When she took me into that cottage, I knew it was everything I wanted. But I walked out of the cottage excited, dreaming. The minute I got in my car, I said, but we can't have it. It's over our budget. Until we went back to the office. We sat down. She figured out what our taxes were, our insurance, and what our payment was. And I just sat there with my eyes like this. I was like, holy shit, I can afford this. I can have this cottage. I don't care if I have a 30-year mortgage because I know I can make double payments. And when I went into that cottage, I didn't know that I could afford it. So I want you guys to have that goal and that dream and go and research it. Because it was the same thing with us looking at these cottages now. We've been looking for 4 years. Sorry. We've been looking for 4 years. Ever since we bought that cottage, we've wanted to be over on Mullet Lake because we constantly go over there. And so we've been looking and we've been looking. And it happened again the same exact way. She says, I'm going to take you into a home that's over your budget. But I think it's the exact same cottage that you want. So I think you need to go look at it. And we did. And we walked out of there and we did the same thing. It was like literally 4 years. We walked out of there. We sat down. We went to the bank, not that day, but a week later. And we literally started putting all the numbers together. And I went, oh my God, we can have this cottage. We can do it. So now we're in negotiation mode. So please pray for us. My goal is to have our retreat at that cottage this year. And if that comes true, I'm going to be the happiest woman ever. So to be able to have my whole family and my grandkids, So I want you guys to figure that out. Like, I know, Stacy, you have always wanted that new home, a bigger home. And I know you've got a new home now, but I want you guys to figure out, you've given me your one thing, but now I really want you guys to spend some time on what is that next, what's that goal, that true thing. I know you gave me presidential or you gave me the cruise, but if it's a car or it's something like that, I want you guys to go out and feel it and taste it. And the only way you're going to be able to do that with this right here will help you get there, because it's all about the self-talk. It's all about what we tell ourselves. We immediately shut ourselves down when we think, holy smokes, 10 loyal customers by the end of the month. That's huge. If I signed 10 loyal customers, that would be like going ambassador in 2 weeks for me, because I don't sign customers as much as I do distributors. So that's a goal for me now, Kathy. So I thank you for sharing that. But this self-talk is, you all deserve it and you all will get it, but you got to have the belief in yourself. You have to have the belief that you can achieve it, but you got to know where you're going. So that's your task by next Tuesday, to know exactly where you're going and write out a roadmap. Figure out your roadmap. I want you guys to go put on your mirror today 3 I ams. I am presidential. I am going on that cruise. I am getting 10 loyal customers. I am going to help my husband to get to Ruby, and a solid Ruby. Those I ams, if you repeat them every single day, and then you look at, okay, what do I got to do to get there? I have to go out and I got to blitz, and I got to put wraps on people. I got to host my own parties. Stop the manage mode. Stop trying to pull the people that are sitting there just on the end of the tug of war rope, and they're just sitting there pulling back. Stop with them. Those aren't the people that you should be working with. Even though they might be in the most important spot on your chart, those are not the people that you focus with. Go out and get new for yourself. Go find that next ace. You think about a whole deck of cards, 52 cards, and you got 4 aces. I dare you in 1 week to go talk to 52 people. And there is so many good chances. The chances of you finding an ace in that deck is so promising. So we're going to go back to scheduling. We're going to go back to what's on your calendar for today. What does your day look? Do you have on, and Stacy, I'm using you for an example, and I don't know why, but I'm just pulling this out. Do you have a calendar that looks like you could be a presidential? Is that what your calendar looks like? Kaylee, does your calendar look like I can pull off this volume by the end of the month? Because it all goes back to our calendar. Otherwise, we're going to constantly get in the car and just drive around. Or we're going to sit at our computer and our head is going to be spinning. You know? Tina, does your calendar look full enough to get him to a solid Ruby? So we're going to talk a little bit about scheduling. And what I did is, Lauren said, Shelly, you have to start scheduling your things. You have to put them in your calendar. And so what I was doing is, if I had a call scheduled with Lauren, or I had a call, my leader call, I'll use perfect example. I didn't take it serious enough to know that I'm never going to miss that call, to know that I'm never going to miss that next appointment, or know that I've got it in my calendar of when I'm going blitzing. Because I could think I got to go blitzing all week long, and I didn't go blitzing. So schedule it. I know that a lot of us have the freedom of time, and it's hard to make ourselves do those things, but damn it, if you want that cruise and you want presidential and you want a solid diamond paycheck, then these are the steps we have to take. We have to take them. I'm going to use an example just for myself. Is I literally, and I'm ashamed of it as a leader, but I would, if I had a chance to go see my grandkids, and maybe it's a Wednesday night call that I'm supposed to be on, I would be like, Lisa, is there any way you can call for me? Or I would call a guest and see if they could be a guest for Lisa. Or I'd call one of my leaders and I'd say, could you do the call for me? Because I didn't take my calendar serious enough. I allowed myself to be able to go do other things when those are priorities that I should be committing to. And so that is something that I'm going to be doing different. So my calendar it's got a lot of things on it already for today. I have a potential distributor call. I had a dentist appointment. I got my 10 o'clock leader call. I have a 7:30 Zoom call. I have I'm sending out messages for the online party tonight. I am preparing for what my day is bringing today. And I prepared yesterday for the online party. For tomorrow night, I'm already inviting people to the opportunity call. So those are things that we have to have in our calendar. We have to have it in our phone as reminders, because otherwise, and I know, no names, but I'm as guilty as you are, as we just talked about this too a while back, is that, I'll hear that damn alarm go off for the call and I'll ignore it because it goes off all the time, for these calls. We have to get on those calls. If you're not doing it for yourself, you got to be doing it for your team. We have to be on those calls Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Just put it in your phone, put it in your calendar, and be diligent about it. So we got tonight's online party. So we should be posting about that. We should be sending out private messages today. We've got the opportunity call tomorrow. We should be inviting people to that. Stacy, you got a hostess. That's somebody that's you can have higher expectations for her even if she thinks there's only one. And I always go back to, we know that we're going to show up for one person, but wow, what if I challenge her? I just did this to a hostess the other day, and she ended up having 5 people, and she thought she had 1. Say, hey, have you thought of this or this? Have you thought about a cousin or a friend or a coworker? I'm really challenging you to have 3 people there, and you're going to get a week's worth of greens plus your wrap, whatever. So those are some hostess coaching things that we can take differently and do differently. I also have on here about reading my book. I'm going to sit down for 15 minutes. I am horrible at reading. I never sit down and read a book. And I love this book. And it's been a week since I've sat and read it because I was on the plane, and I really do good when I'm on the plane, but I don't get through the whole book. Actually, it has not been a week. It literally was this weekend. I read for 10 minutes while my cousin was getting ready. But it's something that I'm going to spend 15 minutes every single day reading a book. And there's a couple, you all are leaders, and there's a couple leader books that I would like you guys. There's also a thing that you can download. It's called Audible. And you can get Audibles on there so you can listen to them while you're working out. Maximize your time. Just a minute and give me just a second so I can find those. If anybody has a great leader book, please share. I can't find my notes good enough. Okay, if I don't find it before we end the call, I will post it on the leader page. So keep looking for that. So number 1, I really want you guys to focus. Everybody pinky swear with me. Give me a pinky swear. That we're all going to work really hard on our calendars. And we're going to have a little bit more structure. Okay? We're going to shoot for really hard for that cruise. I do not want to be on that cruise alone. I want all of my people there. I don't want just 2 or 5 people there. I want all of you there. And what that's going to do for your business and your team it's endless. It truly is endless. So, okay. So we talked a little bit about tips for volume. I want to talk a little bit about tips for volume. Does anybody have questions on the calendar thing? At all? Does anybody?
What kind of calendar are you using? More like a digital calendar, or are you using like a calendar notebook? Okay.
Plain Jane, Walmart. I can't do digital.
Now, are you putting notes in your phone as reminders too? Because, because sometimes that book could be somewhere else and you may not look at it.
I'm doing my Zooms and my calls in my phone, but I'm literally never, I don't walk away from without my calendar. I literally, before I get in the car, it always has been grab a bottle of water, and it's now grab a bottle of water and grab my calendar. So I'm not leaving. My calendar is my best friend right now. So,
All right.
and it's crazy because I could go a week without looking at my calendar, and now I'm looking at my calendar 2 and 3 times a day, if not more. So, and that calendar that I showed you, that page was August. It was pretty empty.
You know, and what I like about the calendar is I just pulled mine out just to kind of look at it because I haven't been using it like I should.
Yep.
But I'm sorry, I got a little frog in my throat. I don't know what it is. But if you read that right there, it says action cures fear. So, and I just think that that's something that it just, you know, the more we keep doing it, the more less it's going to not feel uncomfortable. And the more that we, you know, it just puts you in the mood.
Oh, it so does. And find a quote and put it on your bathroom mirror that just really motivates you. You know, for the longest time, I had it up that every day I was doing something that feared me and that I was fearful of. Whether it was doing these Zooms or scheduling things or, you know, those are things that I don't like to do, you know, but I have to do them. Those are things that I have to push through. So, okay, I want to go over real quick. We talked about, I want to talk about tips for volume. People are going through all their customers, their customer base. That's something I'm making 5 phone calls every day. If you're shooting for those 10 customers by the end of the month, you should probably be making 5 to 10 phone calls every day. Because I'm in the same boat. I need volume to help balance me to keep my diamond at 2.0. And that's what I'm pushing for right now. I have put out a message to get some of my own parties by the end of the month. And we have 15 days. There's no reason that I can't have 3 to 5 parties. So anyway, so those are things for your volume. If you've got a dead leg and they have a volume underneath them, go through and make phone calls to those people. I would never get online and go through Kaylee or any of your personal customers. You know, that's a big no-no. But if you have a dead leg that's not working, go through and connect with those people. 5 to 10 phone calls, you guys, a day is nothing. And when Lauren asked me, how many hours are you working your business? I was ashamed. I can't get double and triple diamond in my 2.0 working the hours I'm working. I can't get that managing my team. I have to do new. I have to. And new distributors, new customers for myself is what's going to bring my volume. So, and parties is what's going to bring both. So that's where I'm going for. I'm going to do a neighborhood party. That's for sure happening. And I'm scheduling that today and I'm putting out invites. So, so that's something you could do. Everybody has neighbors. So go invite them. I went and did a party the other day and it was like $1 million homes. I'm like, holy smokes, just go get a few neighbors. We'll have all kinds of volume. Anyway, so a few things that you need to take action on that goes in your calendar is blitzing. I don't care if you input it into your everyday life, but if your everyday life isn't getting out of the house and not getting dressed, it's not going to happen. So get up in the morning, do what you got to do, get ready. If you go to the gym, get ready at the gym if that's an option. When you leave the gym, you're ready to go to work. You spend an hour before you go home. You spend a half hour before you go to work going out and talking to people. So knowing where your next events were. This is something that I have not been the best at. I just found out, and I'm going to post it. I haven't had time, but I just found out on my way home that there is an event, a training And that's this weekend. So I will be posting that in the leader page today. We got brand new people that haven't had training. They didn't make it to Grand Rapids. Any of your team members, get them there. You know, expos. Where is your next expo? Do you have an expo on your calendar? If you don't, look for one. Your list. How many of you have looked at your list recently? How many of you have worked off your list? So, I know I'm throwing a lot of to-dos at it, but we can keep it fun. And I know everybody has a little bit of a challenge and, you know, that little redness in them, that competitiveness. So, because you guys are so special and you are on this Zoom with me, I am challenging each and every one of you. You have 1 week. Okay? 1 week. And I've got all your names down. Nobody else gets this contest. But 1 week. And I want you to text me every time you get a point. You're going to get 1 point for a loyal customer. And you're going to get 3 points for a distributor. It's just 1 week. And there's going to be a prize at the end of the week. Who wants that prize?
When's the end of the week?
Tuesday. Next Tuesday at 10 o'clock.
Tuesday next week by the leader call.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. And because you made the choice to be on this leader call, you are the ones that get to be in this contest. Okay? So encourage your leaders to be getting on this call. Encourage them. You have leaders. They don't have to be a diamond, but encourage them to get on. I might not get to every single person, and you can let them know that when I'm on the Zoom. But that gives you knowing who's interested in your business, who's going to run in your business. Invite them to this. So, and Kaylee is going to help me. She's on my calendar, actually. She's actually going to help me either today or tomorrow. I'm going to schedule with her how to post my recordings of my Zooms. So I don't know how to do that. So hopefully I can get with her in the next 2 days and we can figure that out. But so customers and distributors, 1 point for the loyal, 3 points for a distributor. If you get somebody to Ruby, you're going to get 5 points. And, sorry. I'm making sure I'm writing this down for myself. And I want the excitement. Post it on the leader call. So excited to be in this contest because we were on our Zoom. Da-da-da-da-da. So, post your progress. You get a customer. If you're going to have a party, post it. So, you know what? I'm going to give, if it's already booked, it don't count. Sorry, Stace. But I'm also going to give a point for a party. Your own personal party. So, who's going out to book parties today? All right? I want you guys to text me, post it in the leader page. All right, Kathy. She's like,
so if we do a party, it counts for how many points?
You get a point for a party.
1 point?
Yep.
Okay.
And your party has to be held this month. But if you book it, you just book it. Get a party booked in your calendar for this month and you get a point. Okay?
Okay.
Awesome. And we all know that it doesn't take a week to have a party. We could have a party tonight by throwing out a text message to a few people. You know? We could host a party Wednesday night, literally. So, find 5 people to get on our online party tonight, and you can count that as a party. Getting 5 guests. So, all right, guys, I want to take a minute to answer any questions, or if you guys have anything that you are battling with that you want to talk about. Anybody? Anybody need some tips or some push? Everybody's
Always. Always.
Okay.
But I just, I think I already talked about it. I think it's just that struggle of learning how to have fun again. And so, I talked to Amy Davenport last week about something, and what I liked about her is you just have to, you have to get yourself motivated each day. So I think that's just what I got to get back to, because sometimes, we wake up and I feel like we're reactive instead of proactive. So meaning we got a bunch of messages on our phone. It's the very first thing we look at when we wake up in the morning. And then our intention for the day might be sidetracked because of messages you got on your phone or phone calls. So I think I just got to get back to like the calendar. I think that's just a great idea. You have an intention that you're going to do that day, and nothing's going to deviate you from it. So we just got to do it. So,
and it feels so good when you do it. You are growing. I literally took 2 weeks off. I was MIA for 2 weeks almost. Number one, I was sick for a week, but I had laryngitis. But I just was shut down mode. I did a couple things when I was on vacation, but not enough. And it felt so good to be able to go, okay, I got this to do. And I did them. I got this to do tomorrow. I got this going on my calendar for the next day. It just felt so good. And I'm out doing it. I'm making it happen. So I know those things are going to definitely lead to the customers, the distributors, the parties. So stay diligent about that. Schedule in the blitzing. None of us love to go intentionally blitzing. But you know how to have fun with blitzing is that you tell them that you're on a scavenger hunt. And have the scavenger hunt. That's under the tribe. And have that sheet. It might even be under our leader page. I'm not 100% sure. But carry that with you. Let people know you're on a scavenger hunt. People love to help people. We just have to ask. And it's all about learning to ask the right questions. So I'm going to figure out those books. I'm going to post those. And I'm going to post that training that's coming up this weekend. And so that'll all be in the leader page. Anybody else have anything else that they want to share? Okay. I'm going to end this. And this isn't such a good positive note. I want you guys all to really think about this. You know how we all talk about our dream boards and how exciting and how they make us smile and just dreaming about that? I want you to dream every day. I want you to spend 1 minute. Kaylee's looking at her board right now. I can see it. I want you to I want you to look at that board every single day for 1 minute. Text me when you looked at your board. Text me what you really visualized. Now, I want you guys all to close your eyes. And I want you all to think about you making another board. And it's black. The board is completely black. And at the top of the board, it says nightmare. Okay? What would be if you make a board and you think about all the things that you can't possibly even imagine? What if you didn't have It Works? What if you had to go back to that 65-hour corporate America job? What if you didn't get to stay home with your child and take him to school every day? Or have the freedom of getting up at 10 o'clock in the morning and staying in your pajamas all day long? What if you didn't have the life that you're living? I want you guys to be thinking about that. Because if we don't take these steps, those are the things that could happen. And I don't mean to be so harsh, but I got a reality check the other day thinking about this. And it's powerful because I still dream, but I still think, what if I don't do my calendar? What if I don't go out and meet those people? I was on a leader call the other day with Cammie. And what would be, actually, I want to ask you guys, what would be your biggest nightmare? Kaylee, what would yours be?
Going back and working 65 hours a week.
I hit it on the nose, didn't I?
Yeah, you did. And I just remember I want to be able to do the things that I'm doing now. So,
yep.
And living a life that wasn't really me. So,
yeah. And we think about that rat race. When I met you, you would go to bed at 9 o'clock, if not 8 o'clock.
You're going to make me cry.
I know. I'm crying thinking about it. Stacy, I want to see your face.
I don't know how to switch it back from not my face
Shoot.
without leaving the call. Yeah, I don't know how to switch it.
Can you click on your name?
No, it just says raise hand or disconnect auto. Oh, wait. Oh, yeah.
Here you are.
Beautiful,
That's beautiful.
lady. I love it.
That's why I had it on that pretty picture.
Sorry.
My thing would be going back to a regular job. I mean, I haven't had a real job in 10 years. So, yeah.
Yeah. Be horrible.
I would, first of all, I would never go back to a real job. So,
Well, what if you had to? What if you had
I wouldn't. I would pick another direct sales company.
Okay. Yep. Yep. And go back to
But
doing
as far as,
20 parties a month.
yep.
25. Yeah. Yep. So I think that even though we look at that dream board, you guys, every single day, we really have to look at what reality could bring. So we need to take this serious. We are at a prime time in this business, the most prime time ever. The growth that this company is having, we're in the middle of it. So yeah, I feel like we got to go back to, okay, I'm going to work my business 30 hours a week. I don't want to work a 40-hour week. But if I'm a Ruby, I need to work a 40-hour week if I'm not working another job, So I think that we need to share this with our team. Kathy, what about you?
Basically, it's the same thing. I need to make this work. I want to make this work. This is going to work because I'm not going to be working 60, 70 hours a week. It's just too much for me. I don't want to go back to that. Totally stressed out. And I did that, I've worked 33 years in the corporate world and I had enough of it.
Right. And you deserve it. You deserve it. And you think about that, Kathy, what you just said, it just really triggered me because I am going to make this work. I need this to make this work. Those are all positive affirmations. Saying that every single day going, I am going to do this. I am going to get my customers. I am going to find my aces. Those are the things that's going to get you there. Reprogramming your brain. Instead of saying, I'm stuck, I got to do this job. Oh my gosh, da-da-da-da-da. We give ourselves so much horrible self-talk in our own brain that we got to stop it. We got to stop it and we got to stop it now.
Yeah.
And all the positive affirmations that you could possibly give yourself every single day is what's going to get you to the next step. So awesome. Thank you for sharing.
Thank you.
Awesome. Tina, are you there? I know you're driving.
I'm here, Shelly.
Awesome.
I'm going to say the same thing, that no way in HE double hockey sticks would I go back to a job, because I did that 3 years ago. And it's hell. It's hell. nothing will pay you what you're worth or give you your own time. So no, I would never go back to a job.
Yeah. It's just not an option. It kills me.
No, it's not.
Right. Right. So in order for all of us to keep it not an option, then we have to go to our calendar. We have to schedule appointments. We have to blitz. Take your team out. You know, to have fun. Go out and have fun with your team and go blitzing with them. You know, plan an activity. I don't care if 3 people show up. Plan an activity, whether you go canoeing, something. Just go do it. So it's just about having fun. And when you figure out how much fun you can really have with this business, it's exciting. We all had fun at the beginning. Let's get back to having fun now. But I don't want you to lose that thought, what if. So I want you to focus more on that dream board. And we think about that nightmare board to give us that reality check. Okay? So I love you guys so much. I want you to give yourselves the self-talk that you deserve. Every one of you are worth it. You're amazing. I am a double diamond in my 2.0. I am. I am a customer gatherer. Instead of saying, oh my gosh, I'm really not, I am a customer gatherer. And I am going to find my next 4 aces. I'm going to find them. So I love you guys. Thank you so much for your time. And thank you for being on here. Love you. Goodbye, everybody.
Love you. Bye.
Thanks, Michelle. Have a great day.
You too.
Bye.